Hey guys, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be teaching you about how to mix colors and color psychology and how it's used in the media. To start, we have the primary and secondary colors. Our primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Now we call these the primary colors because we can take them in any proportion and create any other color that we like on the color wheel. This includes the secondary colors. When we take yellow and red and blue, we create orange, green, and violet. This creates the basic color wheel. 6 colors, something that we all learned in middle school and high school. Also your standard rainbow. Moving on, we have the intermediate colors. These are colors that are created by mixing a primary color and a secondary color. So when we mix red and orange together, we create an intermediate color because orange is made by using red. The intermediate colors are red-orange, yellow-green, blue-green, blue-violet, and red-violet. This makes a full color wheel. Notice how we have a lot of very nice in-betweens and the color wheel seems to flow more smoothly? This is a color wheel that a lot of artists use, especially color theorists. Now we need to talk about complementary colors and how we use them to mix grays. Complementary colors are colors that are directly across from each other on the color wheel, such as red and green as shown here. When we take these two colors and mix them together in equal parts, we get a gray tone. This gray tone is much better to use for shading as opposed to black and white because it's more natural. It's more believable than if we had a pale gray from a black and white mixture. Now, if we take a little bit of our red and mix it with our gray tone, we get a more reddish gray. Same thing if we do the same for our green tone. These are both called tones. It's when we take a gray color or any color and add a little bit of another color to it. Now, I bet you're wondering, how do we use black and white in painting? So, when we take black and white and add it to any color, we get two very different effects. We have a shade for when we add black and a tint for when we add white. Adding black to this red tone makes a maroonish shade. Adding white to red makes a pink tint. This is why we don't use black and white to mix grays. They aren't really seen as colors in painting, more so as modifiers for colors that we already have mixed. Now that we've covered how to mix colors, it's time for a crash course in color psychology. How the media is using colors to trick your brain into feeling certain emotions, or even impulsing you to buy certain products. Going in order, we first have red. Red is associated with excitement, energy, and being passionate. So a company like Coca-Cola really wants to be associated with the color red. Have you ever seen a Coca-Cola commercial in the movie theater where all the bubbles rise to the top really fast and it's very intense and loud and exciting and energetic? It's a good reason why they would want to be associated with red, because red has all those qualities in marketing. It's like an action movie when it comes to sodas. Next, we have orange. Orange is associated with warmth, being approachable, and being friendly. A company like Home Depot, which is all about home renovations and home repair, would want to be seen as approachable and friendly. You don't want to walk into a Home Depot and not know what's happening and be too afraid of your employees to ask them for help. So, everything is pretty much orange. The employees all wear orange aprons to become more approachable and friendly to the customer. Now we have yellow. Yellow is associated with being optimistic, upbeat, and bright. An application like Snapchat is full of silly filters that make us all laugh and want to share them with our friends. It's also very bright when you're scrolling through your phone and very recognizable. It's a good app to be associated with the color yellow. It's eye-catching and very silly, so it's optimistic and upbeat. Now we have green. Green is associated with nature, life, and stability. A company like Animal Planet wants to be associated with green because they're all about showing life and nature in the moment. Countless documentaries about animals, their climate, and the environment are all shown on Animal Planet. So they want to have a green logo so you know immediately that it's about nature and the environment. Now we have blue. Blue is associated with coolness, elegance, and trust. A company like Good Energy, as seen in the lower right corner, wants to be associated with these things because they do appliances. They want to be elegant and trustworthy and keep your food cool if it needs to. It's a good logo because it focuses on a blue scheme. Everything in the logo is blue except for the white font, so it gives you this sense of trustworthiness. Finally, we have violet. Violet is associated with being fantastical, impulsive, and being a dreamer. If anyone has seen the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or read the book, you know that Willy Wonka is a very fantastical chocolatier. He's a very impulsive man that follows his dreams no matter what, and no one can really get him to leave that childish, fantastical mindset that he has. So the Wonka Candy Company in real life uses a purple scheme to give you that sense of fantasy from the book and the movies. This is everything I wanted to cover about individual colors. Now I would like to talk about some color schemes and a really great website that you can use to figure out color schemes for your next project. If you go to this website, https://colorschemeddesigner.com, and that little thing at the end you don't really need to type in, it'll take you to this really cool website. And this website is what I use in a class all about color theory. It can show you a monochromatic theme, which is all one color. If you notice here, there's different shades of red. Complementary colors, which is the red and green that we saw earlier. A triad, which is 3 colors that kind of form this triangle shape as seen here. Tetrad, which is 4 colors, pretty much in the same orientation. Analogous colors, which are 3 colors directly next to each other on the color wheel. And accented analogous colors, which are the 3 colors from the first analogous plus a complementary color. And what's really, really cool about this website is that I can actually take this and move it. And I can choose what colors I want. So this is an accent analogous color that focuses on this kind of red-violet shade with orange, blue, and a yellow-green. You can do this for your triads and your monochromes. On top of that, if we scroll down a little bit, we can adjust the schemes. We can change the brightness and saturation to make these really dark shades, as talked about before, or these really bright tints. We can also do that with the contrast button and just play around with it until we get a color scheme that we really like. Now I know what you're thinking, why would I ever want to use this? I can't even mix the colors from this website. Well, if you're using a digital painting tool like Photoshop, you can take the eyedropper tool, click in here, and have the colors to paint with. It's a good resource for also learning your color systems. I know that I only really covered complementary in depth, but this is a good way to start studying. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and that you'll tune in next time for more helpful videos. I'll see you next time and have some good times making some art. See you later!